Thank you, Senator McClellan, for situating today within our historical context. And as she stated, the current context unfortunately includes Republican attempts to erase the truth of our history while trying to repeat it. But we can't go back. We will not be silent in the face of lies about the 2020 election, the domestic terrorism of January 6th, and the intentional voter suppression that is happening across the nation. Now, here in Virginia, as you have heard, we have made historic progress and gains, including the Voting Rights Act of Virginia. But there are two things we must realize. One, I'm old enough to remember in 2019 and all of the years previous of the Republican majority that each one of the Black Caucus's members' voting elections bills were killed summarily while they ushered in voter suppression and used unconstitutional racial gerrymandering to dilute Black Virginians' votes. I'm also old enough to remember in just 2019 that in 2021, that not one of the Republicans supported the Voting Rights Act of Virginia. And if it had not been for us taking over in 2020, we would be like our brothers and sisters in Texas. Number two, it was the work of organizers, advocates, voters, and legislators together that got this work done here in Virginia, and we have to fight like hell to protect it, or it will be rolled back with more. You know, sometimes our friends need proof in order to believe that our struggles are real. Well, we have seen the states ban giving food and water to human beings waiting to exercise their right to vote. We have seen emboldening partisan poll watchers to intimidate voters while they're trying to vote. We have seen gerrymandered maps with folks on tape and in writing telling you what they're doing because they need to cheat in order to win again. They told you that they're doing this because of historic Black voter turnout. We have legislators fleeing their own state to fight for justice. This is a call to action. Voter suppression is real, and you have your proof. So there's no excuse, senators. There's no excuse, allies and friends. No one here or out there has the luxury of being a single issue minded voter. Whatever else you're fighting for, voting rights must be included. Our ability to have public safety where all of us are safe, okay? Our ability to see our children live out their dreams, our ability to have quality public education, our access to quality and affordable health care, our ability to freely love who we love, housing justice, and our democracy are all connected to voting rights. The ability for our nation to live up to its promises that have not been fulfilled is tied to protecting our voting rights. We have to move beyond symbolic gestures and take action. We have to use our power not for performance, but to pressure those who stand in the way of justice. We need folks to match your energy from last summer when we saw interracial, intergenerational, and multicultural marches in the streets, because this is the fight of our lifetimes. Because the other changes that we need won't materialize if folks can't elect the people who are going to usher in the change. And as I conclude, as we continue to declare that Black lives matter, so do our voting rights. And that's why we must make sure that the Code of Laws of the United States of America reflects that as well. And we can start by including the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act now. Texas, Virginia stands with you. We can't go back, and we won't go back.
All right.